Tonight on Reporting Texas TV, 2 UT students say their website can help you reduce your trips to the grocery store.
And how student organizations are impacted by COVID-19.
And places of worship are meeting remotely all over the world. See how people are staying involved in their religious communities. Good evening and welcome to Reporting Texas TV. I'm Danya Allen reporting from Austin, Texas.
And I'm Sandy Torres reporting from Fort Drum, New York.
With the majority of the country under a stay-at-home order because of COVID-19, people are buying in bulk, leaving grocery store shelves empty. Mason Carroll shows us how 2 UT students are solving this problem by creating a website to help buyers in need while encouraging social distancing.
People are on the hunt for groceries, and social distancing guidelines are not always being followed when it comes to the search for necessities.
We can't be spending so much time running around everywhere, fighting with people looking for things.
For some people, the search from store to store can be life-threatening.
I'm more susceptible. I have really bad asthma, so I could get COVID-19.
However, 2 UT computer science students created a website called InStock, which eliminates the need to go to multiple stores.
We noticed that our parents were having trouble finding certain groceries, and then when we saw the news, we realized that the problem is a lot more widespread.
The platform pulls together different inventory information from stores' websites like Walmart, Target, and CVS. So when you run out of an item, all you have to do is type in your zip code and the website will show you the closest stores with those items.
Instead of going to 7 or 8 stores, if we can reduce that to 1 or 2 stores by giving them places where they can find their products.
Terry Masters found her groceries in stock after using the site and hasn't had to go out since.
So relieved because I could not stand another day going out and searching and not getting anything.
I would say make a difference in any way that you can and try to use the skills that you have and try to apply the skills that you have to help people.
Mason Carroll, Reporting Texas TV.
The students plan to keep the website up even after the pandemic is over. They hope it can help with holiday shopping and other related needs.
On Tuesday, it was announced that UT President Gregory Fenves will be leaving the UT community after the semester. Fenves has already accepted a job at Emory University, which he will start on August 1st. Our reporter, Zach Leaf, has more.
Thank you, Sandy. Gregory Fenves has been part of the UT community for over 12 years, and in his last 5, he served as president of the university. The timing of his departure comes at an interesting time, as the school deals with a global pandemic already affecting over 70 students and faculty. One student says he felt oddly betrayed by Fenves.
I don't know how these negotiations work, but if it was me, I might have had asked them, the people at Emory, say look, can I announce this later in the summer maybe, so it doesn't look like I'm just jumping ship in the middle of a global pandemic when a lot of UT students are getting sick.
Yesterday, it was announced that the dean of UT's School of Business, Jay Hartzell, will become the interim president for Fenves. Back to you, Danya.
Student organizations are yet another part of campus life challenged by COVID-19. Despite quarantine, many orgs are finding ways to remain active. Ashley Osborne has the story.
I think this is causing all student orgs to adapt in ways that they never have before.
Texas Bells, an event planning organization on campus, has canceled its remaining events for the semester due to COVID-19.
It's kind of funny because we're literally in an org centered around planning events. So the members who are working on each of those aren't getting the opportunity to plan and execute those events.
Texas Bells meetings will now be held online through Zoom, and the organization is continuing to remain active on social media.
We're doing a couple things with social media that we hope will help people feel involved. We are just giving everyone the opportunity to just be featured on our page with a picture of what they're up to.
Texas Bells was scheduled to plan a brunch for its seniors.
So one of the events we were going to put on this semester was an event for our seniors. So we're just concerned about making sure that we can still honor them and do something special.
However, other student organizations won't be holding meetings at all.
As far as meetings, because there's so many of us, there's just no way to make that work.
Texas Darlings, a spirit organization on campus, has canceled all of its events and refunded its members.
She did all the math with each girl in the organization to make sure that they were getting their money back.
They've also used their social media platform so members can stay involved.
We have like sort of a workout Wednesday in the works, so girls will post workout videos of themselves on our Facebook group just to check in with one another, see each other's faces.
Despite having moved online, Texas Darlings continues to support one another.
We're trying our absolute best to keep friendships intact, keep our name out there, keep our social media going, and just making ourselves available.
Ashley Osborne, reporting Texas TV.
The CDC is recommending that all Americans wear cloth face masks while out in public. But as healthcare workers and stores face mask shortages across the country, some anxious Americans are turning to creative solutions to protect themselves and their families. Laura Lawhead shows us more.
Whether on your doctor or your neighbor, masks like this one are everywhere. But they've been sold out online and in stores for weeks. Here's how you can make your own doctor-approved mask, no sewing required.
A piece of fabric, 2 hair scrunchies, and a coffee filter.
Houston exercise therapist Lee Sun has been making masks to give away through her church.
Anyone can make one.
When her gym shut down, she started going to homes to do one-on-one therapy with her clients, 6 feet apart, while also teaching them how to make masks without sewing and gluing.
It's so easy, I did it myself.
In less than 30 seconds. But after you make them, doctors say it's crucial that you wear them the right way.
A lot of people, they wear their mask like this, under their nose, and that defeats the whole purpose. So you need to cover your nose and your mouth.
And after wearing them, wash them.
I just wash mine in hot soapy water.
While these masks aren't medical grade,
These are not perfect.
it's good enough to keep you from catching and spreading germs in public. Like many, Sun was worried about staying afloat during the pandemic.
I have 2 little boys who I support.
But she says it's comforting to her that she can help others during this difficult time.
Even though we all have been in a compromised situation, we all can still give back.
You can use any type of material around your house to make the mask, like a dish towel like I use, or even cut up sheets, bandanas, or even old bras. But the important thing is, once you leave your house with the mask, be sure not to touch the outside of it. Laura Lawhead, reporting Texas TV.
How West Campus religious groups are adjusting their services for social distancing.
And Longhorns will not be able to study abroad this summer, but how long would it be until students can travel again? Stay tuned to find out.
Last Sunday, St. Austin's Church celebrated Palm Sunday, Catholics' first major celebration of the Easter season. But instead of the packed pews, pastors spoke to an empty hall. Ryan Chandler shows us how West Campus religious groups are adapting to social distancing during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Even though a few ministers are here at St. Austin receiving the Eucharist today, it's just not the same without all of you.
St. Austin Catholic Parish is bringing their faith to Facebook. Just one of the ways West Campus religious organizations are dealing with a difficult transition after shutting their doors during the pandemic.
Last Sunday, the 22nd, was our first virtual gathering, and almost everyone cried. They were having such a difficult time. We had to close it completely, which felt so wrong.
Texas Hillel, the Jewish Student Life Center in West Campus, has also closed their building and transitioned online, offering Zoom sessions for everything from learning programs to guest speakers and even yoga classes.
We need to follow the health guidelines of the local authority and campus. So, we're encouraging students to follow those as well. We're trying to make it reasonable and easy for them to feel connected to Jewish life without needing to break any kind of guideline that's being set forth.
These social distancing orders come at a difficult time. April is the most special time of year for many of the world's religions, and with Easter, Passover, and Ramadan all quickly approaching, these student religious centers are stressing to their communities that it is more important than ever for them to be together, even if they are apart.
I can't even imagine a virtual Ramadan, every single year I've been at the mosque 30 nights, the whole month, just getting to know everyone, really focusing on my faith and all that. And I think that now that everything's sort of shifted away from that, it's not hopeless because the sense of community, as I mentioned before, it's still there.
Each of these organizations has chosen to remain closed despite Governor Abbott this week issuing an executive order exempting religious services from mandatory closures. They say while there may not be anybody in the pews for now, even more people are joining in the chat room. Ryan Chandler, reporting Texas TV.
If students want a break from UT campus, they can take a semester in Los Angeles or in New York. But because of COVID-19 this year, the UTLA and UTNY in residence program has been canceled. Instead, UT is now working on a virtual program for the summer semester where students can virtually listen to guest speakers, industry leaders, and take virtual tours of museums and other city landmarks. Students also have the option of deferring their acceptance or getting a full refund.
That's not the only education program that was canceled. All UT students studying abroad were required to come back home by March 30th. Those planning to go abroad this summer will not be able to because the university canceled all abroad programs through August 18th. Walton Gray Martin spoke to 2 UT students who had to come home earlier than expected.
UT sophomore J.C. Mills was studying abroad in Italy when the coronavirus began to globally increase. He spent just over a month in Italy, eventually leaving on March 7th, just 2 days before the country was completely locked down, and a week before the U.S. ended travel with Europe. During the trip home, J.C. says there was no major problems, everything ran smoothly, with the exception of his communications with UT. He says he struggled to get straight answers. Eventually, the university finally did tell students to return home, but the night before JC's flight back, he received an email saying he could stay.
I do get that it was a crazy process for them. So I'm not trying to complain of the fact that, oh man, UT stinks at handling these things. This was super unprecedented. But being completely honest, they weren't making it much easier for me.
For other students, like UT sophomore Cami Bajorquez, the university was much more accommodating to the change.
Instead of charging us the fees, they said, hey, we don't know what's going to happen, so we're just going to delay payment for you guys' trip indefinitely.
All future UT study abroad programs have been canceled until August. Cami says that the communication between her and the university was quick and detailed, but many of her friends did not have the same experience. Walton Gray Martin, live in Austin, Texas, with Reporting Texas TV.
On March 18, Governor Greg Abbott announced that restaurants were allowed to sell beer, wine, and mixed drinks to go as long as it was ordered with food. Since alcohol sales account for 30% of restaurant revenue, Governor Abbott said these waivers are intended to relieve the service industry of the lost income. Customers like Susanna Holmes hope that ordering out will save her favorite local eateries.
And we've become really good friends with the owner and his wife since they've opened. So we were like, we really need to eat there because, we love them and we care about them. We love their food. We don't want them to, go out of business.
According to a report from The Hill, Americans consume an average of 2 gallons of alcohol per year. Since the start of the pandemic, alcohol sales have spiked. Businesses are now turning to virtual happy hours to increase sales.
Austinites can expect more rain to make an appearance, but it should clear up before you know it. Kayla Peterman has your weather.
And a college admission scandal update on former UT tennis coach Michael Center.
Welcome back to Reporting Texas TV. I don't know about you guys, but I have been loving the on and off rainy weather we've seen over the last few days. There's just something about listening to the rain while I'm studying that makes everything going on feel just a little bit more normal. And it looks like that rain seems more likely for this afternoon and evening. There's a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon, with our highs remaining near 80 and an estimated rainfall total ranging between 1/10 and 1/4 inch. Tonight, you can expect a slight chance of showers with mostly cloudy skies and a low temperature near 60 degrees. More showers and thunderstorms are possible through Friday with a high near 71. Our forecast suggests a 50% chance of rain for both the daytime and evening hours, so mostly cloudy skies and a low around 62. Saturday calls for more of the same, with the daily high increasing to 77 and a 70% chance of rain. That's going to drop down to 50% Saturday evening with a low near 61. The rain will clear out for the end of the weekend. Those bright sunny skies will return and bring with it a high near 80 degrees. A cold front is projected to come in Sunday night, and with it some lower temperatures. Sunday evening's low will hover in the lower 50s. Next week calls for more sunny weather with highs in the upper 60s and a low in the upper 40s. Tuesday looks to be pretty similar with warm sunny skies and a high near 70 degrees. That's it from me. I'm Kayla Peterman reporting from Austin. Back to you.
UT's women's basketball has a new award-winning coach from Mississippi. Bailey Abramowitz has this and more.
And with gyms closed, students find alternatives on not only how, but where to exercise.
Women's basketball says goodbye to Karen Aston and hello to Vic Schaefer. Aston has been the team's head coach for 8 years, and her contract was set to expire in August. On Friday, Chris Del Conte decided not to offer her an extension. 2 days later, he made his new hire. Schaefer spent the past 8 seasons coaching at Mississippi State. He took his team to 5 NCAA tournaments, 2 NCAA championship games, and 5 SEC championship games. Schaefer was named National Coach of the Year twice and left Mississippi State with a .781 record.
I'm excited to be returning home to the great state of Texas, a place where I've spent 45 years of my life, to a university that has so much tradition and history, both academically and athletically, and in particular in women's college basketball.
Schaefer hopes to restore the women's basketball program to the national prominence and competition level it once had. His contract has not yet been announced, but it is expected to exceed the $1.6 million he was making at Mississippi. Former Texas tennis coach Michael Center began his prison sentence on Monday. Center was part of the national college admissions scandal, and his sentence will last 6 months. Center spent 18 years as the Texas tennis head coach. In 2015, Center accepted a $100,000 bribe to falsely certify a student as a scholarship athlete. This helped the student's acceptance to the university. Center is one of 5 coaches who pleaded guilty in the scandal. Monday was National Student Athlete Day. Texas has over 500 student athletes across a variety of sports. Many of them are currently dealing with their seasons getting cut short. But they're some of the strongest members of the UT community. They represent the university on a national level by showing their competition what it means to be a Longhorn. Student athletes share a bond with each other that many of us here look up to. So thank you to all of our student athletes for your hard work. Texas softball pitcher Miranda Elish was named Softball America's National Player of the Year. Elish finished the shortened season with an 11-3 record and a 1.25 ERA. Elish pitched her second ever perfect game this season. Her previous one was during her sophomore year at Oregon. She's just the 4th UC pitcher to ever throw a perfect game. She hit .37 overall with 4 home runs and 19 RBIs. Elish has already announced that she will be returning to Texas next year for a 5th season. This week, the NFL announced that their 2010 All-Decade Team, a team chosen every 10 years by the Pro Football Hall of Fame. 2 former Texas players, Earl Thomas and Justin Tucker, were chosen for the team. Earl Thomas played as a safety at UT in the 2008 and 2009 seasons. He played 10 NFL seasons with the Seattle Seahawks and then the Baltimore Ravens. Thomas was selected for 7 Pro Bowl appearances and was one of 3 safeties selected for the All-Decade Team. Justin Tucker was the kicker for the Longhorns, from 2008 to 2011. He was one of the very few players who was unanimously selected to be part of the 52-man all-decade team. He is currently the most accurate NFL kicker in history, and the only player to convert more than 90% of his field goals. He has gone to 3 Pro Bowls and currently plays on the Ravens. Congrats to these 2 Longhorn legends, and back to you, Danya and Sandy.
A UT student is competing for the Jeopardy College Championship. Stay with us to know when to catch him in the semifinals.
During this time, our Reporting Texas team hopes you are staying safe and staying home to help protect our community. With the spread of COVID-19 in Austin, UT's campus is closed. However, many people are still working out on campus in spite of the closure. Natalia Small has the story.
On a sunny spring day, it's difficult to stay indoors, even during the time of quarantine.
I'm out here trying to work out. It's hard not going to the gym.
Natalia Ortiz and her friend went to the Kevin Clark Field on the UT campus to do strength training exercises and go running.
Still, you need to stay away from people, to be careful.
And they aren't alone. Lots of people are using the track and exercise equipment. However, with campus closed, the field is supposed to be closed too.
So when we renovated the facility back in 2011, we were not able to put a fence around it, which means it is an open field and track.
Jennifer Spears says when the university is open, staffers are there to monitor the field. But now that the university is closed, most people are working from home.
And so we have worked with UTPD to monitor the facility.
However, Spears says because people have been cooped up for so long, they will continue to use the space because it is accessible.
The Recreational Sports Department is still looking out for the UT community by providing virtual workouts online. By going to the UT Rec Sports YouTube page, anyone can access a wide range of videos.
We have classes that you can do without any equipment in your home, including yoga, Tabata, total body conditioning.
Still, for some, nothing can replace the outdoors.
Outside's so nice because you get this lovely spring weather.
Natalia Small, Reporting Texas TV.
To learn about staying active at home, you can go to the UT Sports Recreational webpage for more information.
Calling all game show fans. This week, one UT student appeared on Jeopardy and faced off against 2 students from Princeton and Carnegie Mellon. Marshall Como, a sophomore in the Macomb School of Business, is one of 15 college students from across the country competing for a whopping $100,000 grand prize in the Jeopardy College Championship.
I think UT's going through a lot right now, so it feels good that this is the time that I get to go represent UT and hopefully bring home some victory for it.
Como beat his 2 competitors and earned a spot in the tournament semifinals. He even got a shout out on Twitter from UT professor Matthew McConaughey, who encouraged Como to, quote, just keep winning. Como joked that he hopes McConaughey will let him take his class one day. You can catch Como's next competition this Monday, April 13th. Thanks for joining us tonight on Reporting Texas TV.
If you would like to check out any of our stories or our newscasts, please visit reportingtexas.com. We'll see you next Thursday. Have a good night.